It's about time.
Welcome everybody to the Terrible Tournament of Fun. My name is Jeremy Paul, aka Sleepy Juice, and this is Game 2 of Round 1 of the loser bracket between our Terran player Snake and our now Terran player Inspector Gadget. Last game, he was a Zerg player, and by reading the what's going on here in text, it appears that this is a mistake. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing this game on Frost. Frost is a very large 4-player map that has a lot of wide open spaces. The only thing really noticeable about it for this game that we're going to be going into on the level that we're playing on here is that the third base is going to end up, for the bottom left player, is going to move away to the right, and the third base for the top yellow player is going to move away to the right also. So they're going to go in the same direction, kind of a cross map. Now, being the badass that he is, Inspector G is going to just stay with Terran, and he is going to put his supply depot down after he's already supply blocked. So you can tell it's maybe not his first choice of race, but you know what? He made the decision, and like a man, he's gonna stick with it. So that's what we're gonna go with. Now Snake, as you can see on the top right, Snake's up 1-0 so far in this series. If he wins this game, which a TVT is a hard matchup to go with, and it's against a player who's normally Zerg, chances are Snake probably is a favorite now going into this. We have a lot of supply depots coming down for Inspector G. He's not wanting to be supply blocked after that first one, apparently. And we have a scout going out for both of them. Now, it looks like Snake here is doing a pretty common. He's going to scout counterclockwise to go to see if he can figure out where the player is. Meanwhile, we have Inspector G going for the crossed map pattern, which is going to end up leaving him either really far behind on the scouting or a little bit ahead, depending on if he goes back to the left first or if he goes up to the right. Now, what we do have is, in this case, we're going to have a player who's not normally Terran, who is going for a gasless build at this point, and against the red Terran, who is already getting his orbital command. He's already has Marines in production. So chances are we're going to be seeing some sort of Marine-heavy build out of Inspector G. You can see we already have 2 gases coming down for Snake. He's going to want to be going for something tech-focused. He's going to want to get maybe some Reapers out, possibly even a Banshee or 2, just to put on that pressure, keep that Terran player penned back. Map control is very important in TVT, in most mirror matchups. We do see that with Inspector G actually has multiple SCV scouts on the map right now. He has one actually down in the base of Snake and also one going up to the right. So maybe he's going to try to proxy some sort of command center. Maybe he's just being thorough. They're pinging the map right now to show us that he has an enormous amount of supply depots, which he does. But you know what? He's planning ahead, damn it. That's what he's doing. He's making sure he doesn't get supply blocked. Now we do have the Reaper out and here comes the factory also. So it's going to be a 1-1-1 type build for Snake. Very similar to the build he did last game, which if you haven't seen that, go back on YouTube, or I'm sure the people putting on this tournament are probably going to make a playlist. If I do get the link for that playlist, I'll put in the comments below. Now, what we see here... Alright, so what we're going to see from Inspector G is he's going to say, you know what, I hear that Marines are a pretty good unit, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to get any gas. I am just going to get 6 barracks, and I'm just going to pump out Marines, and you know what, I'm going to win with this. That is balls, man. You have points in my book. You're a real man right there. that is an amazing build. Now, we do see the Reapers up here in the top. They're going to need to go and peek in here. They want to see what's going on. It's very important here, because no matter how silly... we're making a little fun of having 6 barracks off one base and pumping out Marines, but at the same time, if he's able to keep that money low and those Marines coming out, he can actually catch Snake off guard. He could win with 6 barracks full of Marines. And he is going to scout this right off the bat. We do see the Marines coming back to kind of chase him away. The Reapers are going to get a little bit penned back there. They're getting good scouting information, but it does look like they're getting stuck. One Reaper goes down. The other Reaper is going to finally get out of there. Much like last game, he was able to save one of those Reapers, and one of them hung around maybe a bit too long. Now, he does have an SCV out here in the natural, looking as if he's going to expand. He did just see those 6 barracks, so I wouldn't blame him for actually... oh, he's just going to expand right out there in the natural. That's great. He's bold. This is a bold move. This is almost like slapping somebody with your gauntlet and saying, you know what? I don't think you can beat me with your 6 barracks full of Marines. I'm just going to expand out to my natural. He could have built that in his main. He could have not built that and built extra barracks. There are a lot of things he could have done. He could have built a bunker. Now, we do have the first group of Marines coming into the natural here. They're going to try to catch this Reaper off guard. But you know what's really good against Marines? Hellions. Because, and here's my logic on this, he did try to build a bunker. It was just a little bit too late. And this still looks like that's going to get canceled also. It's a good cancel. Hellions are good because Fire Bats were good and Vultures with Spider Mines were good, and they basically combined them. That's my theory on that, and we're going to stick with it. And all those people who played Brood War back when are going to be like, yes, he's right. And so I think there's a valid point there. Now, the Marines are going to poke in here, but we do have 5 Hellions out and a fair amount of SCVs. Now, the real mistake here by Inspector G is that he did not pull the boys. All his SCVs are still back at home. See, if he was a Terran player, like a full-on Terran player, he would know that SCVs are by far the best unit that the Terran player has. And as proof of that, here comes Snake's SCVs, and they're going to destroy every single Marine. So it turns out that SCVs are better than Marines. There you go. At the lower in the tech tree you go on the Terran army, the more powerful the unit is. So it does look like we don't have very many Marines coming in at this point. He does have another pack coming in, and there's another pack about halfway through the map. He's going to try to rally them up here, go in for a second push. Question is now, what's the follow-up for Snake? The answer is Banshees. He has one up here. He's actually taken out a lot of the SCVs, but he's not quite able to get rid of them yet. It looks like that Banshee's going to get away with just a small amount of life. He does have another Banshee done and on its way, and Cloak is about to finish. So as this game continues on with not a whole lot of detection from the Terran player on top, so Inspector G, because he has no engineering bay or such things, so he's basically has to end the game now. And we do see another bold expansion coming down. He knows that he's still on no gases. He knows that he's still just producing Marines because he just had his Banshee in there. And it looks like he's, no, I'm going to expand, and I'm going to expand right in front of your giant push. And that is great. That is amazing, and that is something that all players should actually strive to be, unless you get up to the point where somebody actually will kill you for that, and then at that point start dialing it back some. So it looks like the Banshee's going to come in here and just start racking up the kills. Not even an SCV pull at this point. He just looks like he's just going to take it. The SCV, or the Banshee coming from the south side's getting them too. Now the last bit of Marines are going to pull in, but this is a lot of Hellions, and Hellions do AoE damage, and they do extra, well, they do good against Marines. So as long as the Marines don't, I don't know if that was an offensive GG, but he's not winning. So we'll see if that works. He's able to finish off that command center, lift it up, and pull back. That's good. It means it doesn't have to build it again, and those Marines probably are not going to pick that off before it gets over the ledge there. Meanwhile, we do have a Cloak Banshee in there. There's no detection, plus Hellions, which do great against Marines. The entire base is cleared out for Inspector G, so he has nothing left up there, and that's the game. Another great game for Snake, taking this series, and he's going to be going on to round 2. Unfortunately, I do believe that is the end for Inspector G, who is by far the best named player in the thing. And da-da-da-da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm sorry, Inspector. You did well. You fought hard. That was actually a very gallant thing, sticking with Terran, even though you're a Zerg player. But Snake was a little bit too clean, a little bit too fast. Good job, Snake. And hopefully I will cast some more games later on in this tournament. Until then, you guys have a great time. Go out, play games, and have fun.